Welcome back. So today we're talking about 5 actions you can take to heal your digestive tract. So often we jump to the newest parasite cleanse, the candida flush, the probiotics that are new and awesome to heal our digestive tract. And these all have their place, but they're often short-sighted and they just only inoculate the system if some foundational measures are not in place. Not to mention jumping to kill the shadow parasites or cleanse the yeast often can create just an inferno of side effects and deplete one's immune capacity and bring about a state of harm to the body rather than good if these foundational measures are not in place. So when I talk about digestive healing, I'm talking about maximizing hydrochloric acid production to ensure our foods are broken down and any would-be pathogens are incinerated before they even reach the small intestine. So if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any more health accumulating opportunity. So we're also talking about shoring up the integrity of the intestinal barrier to ensure that food particles that are not meant for the bloodstream are not making their way via a leaky gut barrier, that intestinal barrier lining being too permeable into the bloodstream, which would then set off an immune response with essentially every meal we eat. And then we want to make sure that the migrating motor complex and the peristaltic movements that keep bacteria in their ideal place and move waste out of us have a consistent rhythm. And then fourth, we want to ensure that bile acids being produced by the gallbladder are being cleared. If you don't have a gallbladder, this is coming from your liver. We want to make sure those bile acids are being cleared of their toxic elements before being recycled and reabsorbed at the end of the small intestine there. And this really helps maintain a healthy gallbladder, as well as it ensures we are able to break down fats adequately and absorb fat soluble vitamins efficiently, like vitamin A, D, E, K. So how are we going to do this? I know that's what you're asking. Number one, we're going to take time to enjoy our food at consistent intervals. In random eating or eating all day long, that can be really challenging on the digestion. If you have issues with constipation, gas, bloating, cramps, recognize that though the food itself can be a big player in these symptoms, how you're consuming them may actually be an even bigger deal. And the migrating motor complex and the peristaltic movements, those are like waves of the ocean. We want them to be nice and in sync, and you want your food basically to be hopping on those waves and hitting them just right, so it can be propelled downstream as efficiently and effortlessly as possible. This can be accomplished most readily by giving yourself like a 2 to 4 hour window between meals. This bowel rest period allows for both a mechanical and chemical cleansing of an empty stomach. And that really prepares the body and the digestive system for that next meal, making sure it can digest this next meal most efficiently. All right, number 2, we got to promote the tone of this vagus nerve. The vagus nerve connects our brain to our stomach, to our intestines. And when this signal is low, digestion cannot happen optimally. And the anti-inflammatory cascade orchestrated by the vagus nerve doesn't happen. So this leaves you vulnerable to maldigestion, to H. pylori infections, to bacterial imbalance, to yeast overgrowth, SIBO, just with all that smattering of associated symptoms. So eating in a high stress situation consistently, or eating fast food, high processed, fried foods, fake creamers, vegetable oils, donuts, crackers, chips, all these high added sugar foods, those all disrupt vagal tone. On the other hand, our phytochemically dense rich foods like berries and beets and carrots and apples, as well as choline-rich foods like beef and chicken and eggs and fish, these support vagus nerve tone. So for lasting results, we want to basically flip what many Americans would be consuming and make sure we're consuming those high-value, highly nutritious, dense vitamin mineral foods. All right, number 3, we got to move the body so we can move the food through the stomach and into the small intestine. Acid reflux, heartburn, those are crushing so many people. And a simple way to decrease the potential for reflux is to move your food through the stomach more efficiently. Going for a walk can do this very thing. It can also, that walk can reduce sugar levels post-meal. And this isn't, some high intensity walk jog post-meal that would shunt blood from your digestive tract and into your muscles. That we don't want that. That's going to shut down digestion. All you need to do to gain the benefits of activity is when you eat lunch, eat dinner, go for an 8 to 15 minute leisurely walk afterwards, and you're going to gain digestive benefits. All right, number 4, we got to ensure optimal hydration status. So you start your morning, every morning, glass of water, first thing goes in my mouth. Consider putting a lemon or lime in there. That would stimulate gastric secretions even more. But a lack of water or a dehydrated state, it promotes gastritis. It promotes overeating, constipation, decreased salivary secretions, and overall enzymatic activity. This is a lot. But if you can start out each day, first thing, with a simple glass of water, you're clearing that dehydrated state. You're waking up your system. You're setting yourself up for a great day of digestive secretions. That's just going to take you throughout the whole day. All right, so number 5, go to bed. Yep, go to bed. Leave your phone in the kitchen, move the TV or the computer out of your bedroom. Give yourself a 3-hour window before going to bed, just without eating food. Melatonin plays a huge role in regulating gut motility. And without its actions, because we're hanging on our phone leading up to bed or laying in bed looking at our phone, we are increasing the potential for that whole gastroesophageal reflux disease, which creates a whole cascade of negative digestive effects downstream. It's setting us up for a lack of success when it comes to digestion. Not only that, but poor sleep and sleep deprivation, they promote an imbalanced cortisol secretions, which brings, the leaky gut on, the intestinal permeability up. And the end result is we are in a state of chronic microinflammation. Chronic microinflammation does not sound good, right? So we got to put these 5 foundational actions into place. And then, you got those in place, add on the probiotics, kill your parasites, get out of the excess yeast, the antiparasitics, the antifungal herbs, and specific amino acids, the enzymes, the phytochemicals, in supplemental form, they can be beneficial and could really get that whole, complete healing state in place for you. But you got to have the foundation in place first. So doing this is going to keep you from finding yourself back at square one 3 months down the road after you did your latest candida cleanse or the latest 4-day parasite kicker outer. But you'll actually be building your digestive system up. And then it'll manifest as, oh my goodness, automatic bacterial balance, automatic detoxification, automatic anti-inflammatory effect, automatic immunity, because my digestive system is actually working for me instead of screaming at me all day long. All right, so let me know what your digestive strategies are, how you've overcome your digestive illnesses, where you're at with digestion. And I'd love to hear it. I'm Dr. Matt. Hope this was helpful, and I'll see you next time to accumulate some more health.